Hello and welcome to Patched. I'm your host Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips, blue background. We're discussing PlayStation Showcase. How's things, mate? Have you been innovating
Yeah,
lately? Have you been innovating lately?
no. Well, probably more than what Sony claims that they're doing. It's still one of life's very big mysteries of trying to connect Sony or PlayStation. I should say PlayStation, not Sony, because we're talking about off screen.
Walkmans and
Walk
Discmans and
distance, yes, back in the day. So you can't just deny that they're not innovation, whatever the word is.
I mean, I guess they kicked
But
off the disc-based stuff in video games.
then put a DVD player in a PS2. But after that is
What else they do?
questionable.
I think to say that they led Blu-ray with the PS3 gen onwards is a little bit. It's probably stretching it a bit. I mean, they did, but I don't think that's revolutionary.
But no one wanted it. Yeah, and no one wanted it. To be honest, it was thought it was a stupid
No,
idea.
I mean, well, it definitely needed to happen because the games are getting too big, but and all the HD, like for all the HD stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
No, PSVR wasn't the first.
Can't say you can't say PS Vista or whatever it is.
Yeah, even the touch screen stuff doesn't
Vita,
work because the DS was
even the Nokia N-Gage got in before that, and that was rubbish. It's really hard. You can't motion controls. Nintendo did that first.
Yeah, Jim saying that they're innovators is maybe the wrong comment, but they might look at the innovations, copy them, and do it better. So anyway.
That's also debatable.
Well, that could be debatable in a few areas as well. Anyway, the reason we're talking that, we've got the PlayStation Showcase to go through. Now, we're not going to do a full recap of the entire show because for people who want to check that stuff out, there's plenty of options already available to you. We are also, I mean, this is going live 4 or 5 days now after the event as well. So you've had lots and lots of time to already check that out. So we're just going to kind of what I would get people to do is check out the Play 2 website for thoughts from myself and Matt Houston about each and every single announcement in the order they happened. But we're just going to kind of talk about maybe our kind of highlights, top 4 or 5 things from it, and discuss the parts that we didn't like, and we'll kind of go from there and see where the conversation takes us. So, Matt, let's start with kind of positivity before we maybe dunk a little bit on them. Was there anything that really, in particular, really took your attention from the showcase? Any highlights, favorites?
Yeah, there was some. Well, Assassin's Creed Mirage, we finally got a release date.
Yep.
For that, so that was a positive, even though it's not a first-party game. But we got more story.
As Xbox was really quick to point out. Did you actually see that graphic they put out?
Oh, I'd give Xbox have been probably sitting on that for 10 years, thinking they've been sitting there just waiting for the moment, and then going, right, no gameplay. Go, release it. And then all the PlayStation fanboys are getting angry, and then made one say, not coming to Xbox. And then everyone's just like, get out of here, you silly.
Yeah, no gameplay. People. And then they got to the end and they're like, Spider-Man's the big one. That's it. All right. Well, we've got time to prepare this graphic and have it ready for as soon as that showcase ends. And they just socketed all the things in. That's it. Hit publish. Dunk on them. Go.
But Mirage, Assassin's Creed Mirage, back to where it all began. I can't wait for it. Exciting times, I hope. But it is a Ubisoft game, so I would not expect any less than disappointing than them from that. But the weird one that I'm not sure about it. I'm just umming and ahhing about it, which is Phantom Blade 0. The question is it a Souls type game?
I'm almost certain it is.
Or is it say Ghost of Tsushima type, and it's looking more and more Souls,
like a Souls
to me.
I mean, it's weird because apparently there was a bunch of other games before that one, and they were all mobile games. So now that they're making the jump to PC, and consoles, like I'm wondering if, it sounds like it might be exclusive on the console side anyway. Now that they're making the jump to consoles, like, which way do you want to go? See, my gut feels it felt like, from the look of it, it was one of two things. It was going to be either Ninja Gaiden-like or Souls-like, and both of those are obscenely hard in just totally different ways. So I was like, I don't think so. I think I'm out.
I mean, the blade work was impressive. It's just feels like one of those Homer Simpson things, like that's a mighty fine looking barbecue.
Why doesn't mine look like that?
Go, that's the mighty fine blade work. Why can't I do that?
Yeah.
And kicks and that. I thought, well, They might do something fancy. We don't know, but it just showed off a lot of fancy blade work, and you got 66 days to live. Apparently, can you extend your life? I don't know.
No idea.
Some silly story behind it all. Something about death.
Well.
It's always death.
It presented
well.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm certain I'm certain that regardless of which of those two types of games it's going to be like, I think neither will be any good for me unless they kind of do what basically every other Souls game developer does, except for FromSoft, is if they put some nice, generous difficulty levels in there. Like how Star Wars Jedi Survivor, for example, has difficulty levels. There's a whole bunch of kind of other smaller scale or indie kind of takes on the Souls likes that have the difficulty levels in them as well, and I think instantly get a bigger audience simply because plebs like myself who just cannot get through a Souls game can actually deal with that. So I don't know.
That's fair.
And on Mirage, I'm pretty keen on that Mirage release date too. I'm not as I know Ubisoft's in the tank a little bit at the moment, but I think the game will be great. I don't think we've got too many issues with that one. They seem to have delayed it a few times to make sure it's right. I think that's probably one of those cases like we are burning garbage truck at the moment. We cannot afford for this game to go wrong because Assassin's Creed is about the one thing that's going well for us. So let's not fuck this up.
Yeah, Ghost Recon has done nothing in years, and Far Cry is just Far Cry.
Yeah. And what else do they
have? Raymond.
Oh, did you hear during the week Prince of Persia is basically like the very beginning?
Oh yeah. Oh god, I just heard that. I thought, oh man, just kill it.
Yeah.
Just go back to Assassin's Creed like you did with killing Prince of Persia in the first place.
Yeah, pretty much. So.
Or just go another Prince of Persia style game and just
make a new one. Let's not worry about this remake. Yeah. You've already fucked it up.
Ignore the remakes. Just you did with Assassin's Creed, and you gave
they are doing that
really
Cell
weird
remake.
Eyes. Oh, yeah,
but that's. I mean, look, we're gonna have that to discuss soon because Ubisoft Forward. I'll double check the date while we're chatting. But like Ubisoft Forward is coming up, so the fact that they've gone back to having their own show, and it's apparently live in person, like a stage, E3 style.
There's going to be people?
Not a pre. Well, I don't know, but like I don't think it's pre-recorded. June 12th.
Oh.
Which is.
Oh, just around the window. It's almost 2 weeks away.
It's like the E3 slot. It's. I mean, I don't know how that's going to line up time-wise. I'll see if I can have a look. That's the Tuesday of the King's birthday week for us though. So. Xbox is literally the day before, so it's really like it is the E3 time slot. I'll have to have a look.
And hopefully they have people that can present better than old Jim. That's the first time I ever heard him spoke, and I thought that's how he sounds. I thought, ugh.
He's not an impressive individual.
No. I mean, it's good that he wore a suit to blend in with the background, so it almost looks like he has a floating head. So nice job. And secondly, I'll worry about that for later. But the other game that he did impress me, that also wasn't a first-party game, it was the Plucky Squire, out of all. Which
Plucky Squire is going to be great.
I just looked at it because it gave me sort of Super Mario Odyssey vibes, where you go from a 2D platformer to 3D. I thought I can get around that.
I mean, Aussies, firstly, one of the best games from the showcase, Aussie game. But yeah, I mean, the fact that we know it's 2023 is pretty cool. Like, I'm keen on, now that I know it's literally only a few months away. Unlike Hollow Knight, which recently got delayed, so who knows when that's going to show up. Again, they seem to be suggesting sometime this year, but maybe not. Okay, now I'm just going to have to do some time conversion to get that Ubisoft Forward time for us. But continue. What else did you like?
Other one, which we already knew was coming out this year, when we did, I don't know, did they put a release date on it? I don't know. Which was, I was excited, very excited for, Alan Wake 2.
Oh, no, we were told this year, and I doubted it. I think it was one of the things maybe one of our predictions at the beginning of the year, I predicted it was going to get delayed. I was almost certain it wasn't going to come out this year, but it's now like 5 days after Assassin's Creed, so.
But they showed, there wasn't much gameplay in that, but I didn't care because we sort of got the story part of things in that, and I was excited. Alan's been there typing at a typewriter for many, many years. 14 years. I don't know. I don't know when the last one came out. Was it 2008 or 2010?
2010 it was. Yeah.
2010. So 13 years.
Yeah.
That is.
It's been a long time coming.
It's a long, long time coming. It's already come out before another Grand Theft Auto game, which is amazing. But my number one exciting thing,
Ubisoft is 3 a.m. on the 13th, June 13th.
Which is what? Tuesday or Wednesday for us?
That's a Tuesday.
That is a Tuesday.
So we've got the day off the day before for the King's birthday. All hail the douchebag over there.
King Big Ears.
Okay. That none of us actually respect, but we'll all take the day off for. And yeah, that's Microsoft early in the Monday morning, Ubisoft early in the Tuesday morning. But enough of that. Your number one.
Number one is PlayStation exclusive. Number one.
It's got to be Spider-Man.
It's a big one. No, it's not. It's the earbuds.
It's Spider-Man.
Look, I can get around the earbuds. I looked and thought, I will buy them.
You reckon you will?
I will buy it for sure. They excited me very much, but it's the only problem I got with it is what is the battery life on it, because most PlayStation products battery life isn't great, that I've found out. My headphones don't last longer than 10 hours. Controller's about the same.
Jeez, your controller's doing alright if it's lasting 10 hours.
I've taken off all the fancy features off it, so I just get more battery time. Because now I know that absolutely kills it, like the whole trigger sort of sensitivity and all that stuff. All that, I pretty much got rid of that. I thought it's cool and all, but you're just killing my controller, my fun time of controller battery life. I was sick of switching it over, but I can get around it. It all depends on price, because if it's super expensive, like those earbuds, anything in general, they're super expensive.
They have that look a bit. I mean, there's the PlayStation Premium that you kind of have to pay, but I mean, I think they connect to everything. Like they're not just for PlayStation only, but I'd imagine for most people who buy them, I don't know about you, and I guess you're considering it. So I'd imagine for most people, they might still keep them exclusively for the PlayStation stuff, so it's just there and ready to go whenever. Do you have like AirPods or some sort of earbud equivalent already?
I do, but I do have the Google ones, but they only seem to work with Google.
Oh, really? Oh, right.
I'm not sure. I haven't really tried it with anything else. I haven't tried it with my Switch, so that'd probably be the best thing to see if Google and Nintendo will work together.
Like, I've got my Sony headphones that work with like my big over-ear, I can't remember what they call them, but it's like the premier PlayStation headset. Sorry, not PlayStation, just Sony headset. That works for my Switch and everything. It's awesome.
Oh, there you go. And that for me is all the good stuff that I liked about that showcase.
Yeah, right. I'm interested that Spider-Man wasn't there, but I guess we'll get.
Yeah, but I think it's Spider-Man. I looked at it and thought, yep, looks like Spider-Man. But I also stopped it as well because I sort of feel like there was parts of the things I was saying. I thought I haven't played Miles Morales yet, and there was sort of parts in that I was hearing. I thought, there's parts of this in that story. I think like the thing with Harry, because I feel like that was in Miles Morales because I know from Spider-Man that Peter doesn't know what's happened to Harry, and it sort of seems like in the trailer he seems to know what's happened to Harry.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does kind of reference the fact that he knows Harry's unwell and blah 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 blah. So,
which you don't really know. You don't find that out until like the very like post credits of the game, when you find out Harry's in a tube.
Yeah, true.
But what I saw of it, I thought it does look cool. It looks cool. Just a lot of party tricks to show off. But I do like the whole go and switching between the two characters. I do like that.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see what they do as the kind of story develops. Because I assume there'll be stages where the black suit is and isn't in play, and so the mechanics might change a little bit. I assume Peter's not going to be wrapped up in the black suit the entire time. So gameplay-wise, things will be available and not available for him at different stages, I presume, which could make things really interesting as you're flicking back and forward from Miles to Peter anyway. And then, I enjoyed what they showed because it wasn't... I mean, I guess they revealed Craven and Lizard, Reptile, Lizard. What's
Lizard Man.
yeah?
I think it's Reptile.
Yeah, I don't know.
Might
I
be
don't, I
Reptile? I
don't know
can't
my
remember.
Spider. Like he's not. I guess one of the absolute top tier villains in Spider-Man. So I didn't.
We look at the
Don't know.
Spider-Man movies.
But
Simeon.
I was really into it. I guess I can maybe just kick off with that being one of my highlights. I mean, the game presents super well. Shocked they didn't announce the release date for it. I figured that was just a given that they'd say September, like a lot of people have already been saying, and sounds like they might even be saying internally. But I mean, look, I'm keen to play it whenever that time comes. I'm really looking forward to playing it. So
Lizard.
It is Lizard. Okay. Yeah, that was probably my highlight, but I think for most people it probably was. It's just maybe a really obvious layup sort of answer. Helldivers 2, I was really keen on. I enjoyed the game when like the original one came out in, I don't know, must have been 2014 or something now. And the fact that like it seems to have gotten the Returnal style treatment. So like you've got Housemarque that were doing kind of little indie games and arcade style things over the years, and then they got in bed with PlayStation properly. PlayStation threw extra money at them, and all of a sudden you get this AAA looking thing that still embraces what they're all about with Returnal, but it really looks like that AAA thing. And I think that's exactly what's happening with Helldivers 2.
I honestly thought to start off with it was a Starship Troopers game. Just how it was presented. And then the bug comes in. I thought, oh, it's Starship Troopers game. I thought that was already out, and then find out it's not Starship Troopers, it's whatever this game is.
The original
everything
Helldivers really did embrace that Starship Troopers thing. But I mean, one of my favourite parts of the original game, and I definitely recommend people still play it now, but you'd have to kind of party up with friends to really get the best out of it. Like Friendly Fire was just devastating in this whole thing, right to the point where like you would drop a turret, for example, to try and take out these waves and waves of enemies, whatever they might be, bug related things or whatever else was coming your way, and more often than not, half your party get mown down by the turret that you've tossed on the ground because it was just like Friendly Fire was a thing. So it'd be interesting, but yeah, I think they've gone that Returnal Housemarque sort of path, because it does, like, it looks really AAA now. The perspective's shifted. It's not the top-down thing. It's now your third-person shooting mechanics. It looks really in-depth. And I'm keen on the fact that it's coming later this year. There's been news about a certain other live service game coming from Naughty Dog that's come out in the last few days that seems to be that one is in a bit of trouble all of a sudden, the Last of Us multiplayer game. But it's good to see that they've still got a multiplayer project lined up for the rest of the year. So yeah, Helldivers is pretty good. I'll shout out, and I'll just get all the exclusive stuff out of the way. I'll shout out, though I wasn't mind blown by them. Fair Games being the new one from Haven, the Jade Raymond studio. That has a really cool tone about it, but it was a CG trailer, so who knows. Concord could be awesome, but they had even less to show.
It showed nothing.
It's in space. All right.
And you're in a ship. Like, what? Every game's in space is in a ship, so you just pretty much narrowed it down to nothing.
Yeah. That was disappointing like what they showed.
It just seemed like a pointless 15-second trailer of nothing.
Yeah, so I was excited in the sense that, like, cool, we're learning about what one of the first parties is doing, but disappointed in the fact that, like, we still actually know nothing really about the game. So getting the biased PlayStation stuff out of the way, I'm with you in terms of Assassin's Creed and Alan Wake. They were right up there as some of my highlights. And also, Final Fantasy 16, but that is now...
It's not far away.
4 weeks away. Yeah, it's less than a month away now. So it's about 3.5 weeks away or so.
I honestly thought that was the Assassin's Creed trailer to start off with, because it sort of looked like the same.
Oh yeah.
Start off with it looked like the same set out, but then you sort of start seeing the more Japanese style hair coming in. I think that's not Assassin's Creed. That's not Assassin's Creed.
Not until Assassin's Creed Red comes along, anyway. I'm excited for Metal Gear Solid. Like, again, it was a CG trailer. Told us
Metal Gear Triangle.
Yeah,
as I call it.
Yeah,
which makes I don't understand that whatsoever.
Well, no, because it's the Delta symbol.
I know it's three. I know it's 3. But I just look at it and go, well, no one's gonna know it's a Delta symbol. I just look at it and go, green triangle.
Yeah.
What does triangle
and to be fair, I was 100% with you for ages until someone said Delta. I'm like, yeah, of course.
Well, it could be. It also could be 3 as Could also be 3 as well because there's a triangle that has 3 points.
Yeah. There's
Depends
a few
how you
different ways
look
you
at
can
it.
get there, but yeah, I mean, it's weird in that sense. But I'm keen it's there. Like I've not played Metal Gear really at all over the journey. But this is like as we discussed the other week, this is the beginning of like the storyline, like the whole Metal Gear Solid storyline. So this is probably the best place for me to actually get started.
They're going in a linear perspective
I
this
hope they
time
do.
instead of
That'd be kind of cool.
going in shambles and jumbles and trying to figure out what the hell's going on in every game.
Yeah. Sword of the Sea, so the indie game from Giant Squid, the one that's
yes,
like part
the journey type.
part
Snowboarding
journey,
on
part
sand.
Absu, part the Pathless.
1080
Like, you see all the
snowboarding.
things that they've learned along the way. That looks amazing as a reveal. And I'll shout out Ghost Runner 2, which like I love the original Ghost Runner. Didn't get it finished in the end, which was a bit of a shame. And now that this is on the radar and apparently coming out this year. Ghost Runner, the original was like 2021, I think, if I remember. So they're turning this around really, really quickly. I'm going to double check when the first one came out now, but oh yeah, October 27, 2020. So like
2020. Still,
it's a pretty quick turnaround for a game that
good.
looks really AAA, but it's still indie, all that sort of stuff. Like I'm surprised it's coming along that quick. But anyway, it was really, really cool. So the fact that there's a second one just means that I need to put the foot to the floor and actually get the original one finished up. So other than that, I mean, you've touched on Plucky Squire already. There was some cool games there, but things that and I guess it probably leans into the negative side of things a little bit, because there were so many CG trails, like, this could be cool, but I literally don't know. Like, I've got nothing to share. I will also just acknowledge as well Immortals of Avium, which for a lot of people, that would have been awesome to see some of the stuff that was shown there, and I think presented really well, but that was, like, I saw that thanks to EA a couple weeks back, so for me, that didn't really hit, because I'm like, I got an hour-long presentation and gameplay and all those sorts of things to check out, so that tiny little vertical slice for a trailer didn't do as much for me, but I hope it did for others, because it looks really cool, and it's out in July. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me in terms of the positives. The negatives, outside of CG trailers, I want to see, like, I'm curious to know what you would have gone with first. Foam Stars?
So Foam Stars, like pretty much a rip-off version of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Then you also got Teardown, which looks like Minecraft in Unreal Engine 5. That's how
to be fair, no, Teardown is amazing. It's long been out for PC.
I know it looks good, but I just thought,
looks
like Minecraft. But yeah, it's just, it's Foam Stars. I just looked at went. It's just Splatoon with foam, or fairy floss, as I wrote down in my notes.
I think that is going to and being a Square Enix job, I think it's going to go the same way as, what was the game that was developed by Platinum that flopped really quickly? Oh, Babylon's Fall from the other year. Like it's going to last about as long as that game did. So,
well, that Ubisoft game, I can't remember what it was called, like that Hyperscape or whatever.
Oh, Hyperscape, yeah. I think it'll come and go. It'll be gone in no time. Unless the Japanese market really goes for it, because it's like it clearly had like a really Japanese sort of tone and flavor and flair. Maybe they don't even care how it fares out here, but if it does well in their homeland, then they're good.
Maybe.
They'll
just all the servers will just be in Asia and nowhere else.
I mean, they're fine with that. They've literally got like not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest X as an MMO that's still never made its way to the West.
Or even StarCraft still goes crazy over there.
Well, in Korea specifically, yeah.
Korea, yeah. Which I don't understand why. But I think I'll put this one up to as absolutely no care whatsoever. Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Fuck.
Just no.
They've got to have a marketing deal. That can be the only reason why this thing's even in the showcase. They've got to have a business deal between them, because they know that people aren't going to be yes, you got your little dorky 13-year-olds who are foaming at the mouth over the whole thing, but otherwise it's a complete waste of time and does not deserve to be there. The games are bad quality anyway. The last one, when it first came out, got ripped apart by reviewers because it was just genuinely shit, and I'm sure they fixed it and stuff afterwards, but it was a shit game with a whole bunch of bugs. yeah, it's clearly there because there's money involved. So, whatever. Any others from you?
But well, not so much game wise. It's more the fact this stupid light show of just showing off the PlayStation logo.
Oh,
I was getting more angry at that, and I just didn't want to watch any of the game trailers because it was just pissing me off. It's like, I don't care about your fancy light show. If you want a fancy light show, go to New York Fashion Week. There's your fancy light show there. Other than that, I don't care if you want to show off. I would rather watch Play School and know about what window I want to choose than just see the stupid.
it was
shapes.
really like arrogant PlayStation with that stuff, and surely they knew. Like, I'm so confused. Like we were talking about the week before that, like all the comments
kitchen
about
sink.
kitchen sink, and I finally remembered what it was that he was actually talking about, like commanding the mind share in games. I'm like, how did you just do that? Like, you haven't done that at all. So unless they're kind of got multiple showcases planned over the course of the remainder of the year, and which I think's quite possible actually, there might be a case of wait till Spider-Man's done and then boom, here's something to wrap the year up. But like there's that. They didn't show anything. And all their first parties are still largely quiet outside of the two newest teams who we all knew were working on a live service game anyway. Oh yeah, and Insomniac. Yeah, sorry.
And Insomniac. Once again, Insomniac saving the day as usual.
I don't get it.
I don't think anyone does. Everyone's scratching their head over it, and then Jim presented it as just, oh god, just stop, Jim.
And then like
Or get
one of their
AI
other big
Jim
acquisitions, one of their other big acquisitions, Bungie announced Marathon, and people were excited. But then of course it's multi-platform, so. Like, and I get it, like that was part of the business deal, but I think most people thought the business deal, like, and the multi-platform thing extended to Destiny 2 and Destiny 3, and like, when they do something that's not that, it's going to be for PlayStation, but nah. And I mean, look, obviously Marathon was well into development, presumably at the time as well, but they just, nothing from their first parties really. The VR, they didn't announce any of their own games for VR. They didn't do what people wanted to in terms of Astrobot or Half-Life Alyx. Resident Evil 4 VR mode, great. That's gonna be awesome and free for anyone who's already got the game. But like, that's terrifying. So most people aren't gonna be keen. Arizona Sunshine was a CG trailer. Crossfire Sierra Squad. Well, no one's gonna be super keen on Crossfire, considering that the most recent at least was that Crossfire X on Xbox Series X, which was a disgusting mess, almost as bad as Lord of the Rings Golem. Synapse was good. Synapse was really cool, and that's out in like a month. But
Beat Saber, you're probably a bit
Beat
late
Saber,
on Beat Saber.
I downloaded Beat Saber that night and spent a whole bunch of time playing it, and it's so much better in VR too than the original VR. But it's just the technology difference, like using the light wands, and if there was anything that kind of disturbed that light, then that was going to cause issues for the camera on the PSVR. Whereas this one, because it's the same tech that you get, it's more or less the same sort of tech that you're getting with MetaQuest and all the other different sorts of headsets. It made it a lot easier. Yeah, they just didn't support that platform like they should at all. So, was there anything else that you wanted to dunk on while we had the opportunity?
No, I think that was the main thing. It was just the lighting that just pissed me off. I just got annoyed by it. Just do what Xbox does and just have world premiere. That's just as annoying as it is. You just know that it's a world premiere.
Yeah. Whereas, just throwing the symbols around.
Throwing symbols around with fancy light work. I mean, good job to the people doing the fancy light work, but you're in the wrong spot.
I'm going to dunk on the developers of Revenant Hill, which was the same team that did Night in the Woods, because it was literally just a cat running from left to right of the screen, and not like a gameplay sense, just it run left to right. And the only reason anyone would know it's even at all connected to a Night in the Woods is because the text font was the same. That was it. And the cat obviously looks the same. But there's nothing that they gave away whatsoever. It was just such a pathetic nothing trailer. And I hate to do that to an indie team, but it was shit. You've already touched on Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I necessarily need to dunk on. I wasn't thrilled that they put the Gran Turismo movie trailer in there, but
was that the trailer? Movie trailer? I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know if they were mixing gameplay with movie trailer.
No, that was the trailer for the movie that's out in, I think it's August that it's out. And look, I think the movie's going to be pretty good. And I think it was a good trailer too, but like if you had a stacked showcase, you wouldn't be putting the movie trailer in there. So that was a bit of a problem. And actually, on the positive side, a couple of things I forgot to shout out. As much as the first game wasn't for me, Dragon's Dogma 2 from Capcom showing up was a big deal. People lose their mind over that game, and that community's been looking forward to this for a decade now. And I have done it so many times on this show, and will continue to do so in the future. I'm a massive remote play person. It's a Project Q, the dual sense. It's basically just cut in half so that the screen can get stuck in the middle. I am all about it. So I'll be there and pick that thing up day one if PlayStation won't kindly send me one. Thanks, guys.
So what happens if the joystick goes AWOL? Can you swap it out, or do you have to send the whole
if you get
thing back?
stick, if you get drift. Yeah, I don't know at that point.
They did think of that part. That's not very inventive, Sony. You've just dug yourself a hole. Hopefully there's no drift.
Innovation, though.
Innovation is our passion. That's what they say.
It's our passion. We can't deliver on it, but it's our passion. We're chasing innovation. I mean, they innovate in accessibility modes. I'll give them that.
Unfortunately, everyone else gets there before us. But innovation's our passion.
Yeah, I'm more disappointed in what wasn't there at the end of the day from the first parties in particular.
I mean, going from our predictions last week, we didn't do very good.
I mean, we never do well, but I didn't think it was going
to
be.
Never do well, but it's not that. It's pretty bad when everything you say might be there isn't there, or any developer that we said they might have something there.
I got Alan Wake 2, right?
You did. We also said where'd Spider-Man go? You said at the start. I said at the end.
Yeah, you got that one. So there we go. 1-0 if we're scoring it.
And that's about it, really. I don't think we really guessed any of the other stuff. No. Oh, we did say Metal Gear Solid. We said Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah, but we basically knew about that, so...
We knew that about it anyway. But everything else, no idea.
Yeah, it's a really disappointing show, and if you're Xbox, you're sitting back going, holy shit, they have given us a golden ticket here to fix up a lot of the issues that we had, and their showcase, I mean, as we referenced before, that's less than 2 weeks away at this point, so... Well, by the time this goes live, it's about 2 weeks away.
Post that, come into Xbox, and get us some gameplay, and then.
Oh yeah, they need to do gameplay.
It's almost the reverse. It's almost the reverse role of what happened when Xbox did their gameplay showcase years ago, where they called it a gameplay showcase, and there was no gameplay, and then Sony mocked them, and within the first 5 minutes of their showcase, they had more gameplay than Xbox put together.
Yeah, I think Xbox is going to have a good show in comparison. I think they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves now. They've got staff. I mean, look, if nothing else, they've got 30 minutes of Starfield. So, but I mean, we can maybe say Spider-Man and Starfield balance each other out. That was like 16 or 17 minutes of Spider-Man in the end. So we got a lot of gameplay and trailer for that too. But
so even if you just bring out Hellblade 2, if you brought out Hellblade 2 for Xbox, that's already a win.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have time to do predictions for this because we'll do. Wait, we'll have to check the timing of all our episodes. Actually, we may not get the chance beforehand. What are we updates for? Oh no, that's right. We've got 2 episodes going up this week. Updates tomorrow. So yeah, I guess our next proper episode will probably be predictions for the Xbox one. I would have thought. So considering that'll be less than a week away from that point. So I guess we can stew on that one, listeners, viewers. You can stew on some of those sort of ideas and get ready to throw them out there for us after the show's done. But any other thoughts on the PlayStation Showcase?
Just do better.
Yeah. I hope there's another one. I really hope there's another one.
Let's say, just do 2 things. Either do better or just throw Jim out. Just take your pick. Or don't let Jim speak. Get someone else who can speak. Do a better job.
Get Herman Holst.
Or get that person who did... Or get the person... Get Shu. What was Shu doing?
Searching for
he could have just be rocked up with his slab of 4X and just started talking about games.
Ah, shit. I forgot he loves 4X. You can't come back, Shu. All right.
To Victoria, especially. You can go to Queensland all you want. They'll love you there.
Yeah.
4X.
You can stay up there then. Sorry, Shu. All right, we'll wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live. That includes more Patch, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Awesome stuff there, so please subscribe and go and check it out. There's lots of big games starting to roll out, so there's going to be plenty of videos, Player 2 Plays. Matto, you've got one for the Alone in the Dark Demo going
Yeah, it's
live later
great.
today.
Wait, they're not
Demo.
going to hear that. Yeah, it's a
see.
great demo.
It's something.
I say,
It's
if you
great
love
if it's a
walking,
demo.
a great game.
Yeah, but not a walking sim still. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. Lots of big games coming out this month. Diablo's coming up. Reviews are coming in soon for that. We can confirm that we actually have, or Matt has been playing the game for review. So look out for his thoughts playing the PC version. So I mean, he's playing the PC version, and that's the only one that was made available for people, which is maybe a good sign in terms of PC gamers actually getting a game that works at launch this time.
Ooh.
You know, considering Last of Us and Star Wars and everything else that's been a buggy, broken mess this year. So look out for a win there, PC gamers. Your game's probably going to work. Whether it's any good, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, visit the website, player2.net.au for reviews, previews, and basically covering all the things I was just talking about there. The podcast, Patched, Player2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks, lower tiers, early access, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, Twitter, Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself. The website's player2au, and tune in again tomorrow where we'll be doing our patched updates episode. We wanted to squeeze this one in to make sure that everyone got their fill whilst not missing out on the updates episode either. And then stay tuned next week where we'll do all this prediction thing again and hopefully do a little bit better this time when it comes to Xbox. We'll see. Otherwise,
that's not going to be hard to do. Let's
PlayStation.
Be honest. We could just say anything, and it'd probably come up in the Xbox showcase. That's definitely going to. They'll bring the whole kitchen.
They'll actually kitchen sink this thing. Fucking Jim. Anyway, PlayStation, do better. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next week. Tomorrow.
Or next week. Take your pick.
Both.